I had previously created this informative video, but the Binance platform has undergone a slight update. So today I am going to demonstrate the process of withdrawing funds from Binance directly into your bank account. We will accomplish this through a method known as PP. PP essentially stands for peer-to-peer or person-to-person. What will occur here is that you will not be conducting transactions directly with Binance. Rather, you will be engaging in a transaction between yourself and an individual who will transfer the funds to your bank account in the country where you reside. In my particular situation, it will be conducted through Colombia because that is where I am from, but essentially it operates in the same manner for any other country, and I am going to guide you on how to do this. First and foremost, you must have a balance within Binance that you clearly intend to withdraw, whether it is dollars, Bitcoin, or any other currency. Now let's navigate to the section labeled trading, and I'll zoom in here so you can observe it a bit more clearly, and it's this section here called PP. So you enter that section labeled PP, click on it, and it will load here. So I'll zoom in once more. Now you must ensure you are in the PP account. One very crucial thing, you probably are aware there are alternative methods to withdraw through banks even, but it can be quite costly. PP is always significantly better. Then once you are prepared to make this transaction, the first thing you must do is ensure you are in the sell section, not the buy section. Why? Due to the fact that this marketplace also permits you to purchase cryptocurrencies utilizing the funds in your bank account, it additionally enables you to withdraw the funds you possess in Binance directly to your bank account. Therefore, ensure you are situated in the sell section. Subsequently, you must navigate to the location where you hold these cryptocurrencies. In essence, you are only able to withdraw the cryptocurrencies that are enumerated here. These include USDT, Bitcoin USDC, FTUSD, NB, ETH, DAI, Doji, ADA, XRP, and WLD, all of which are displayed here. What transpires if, for instance, you possess a different cryptocurrency that is not enumerated here? It's straightforward. You perform the conversion within the platform. To do this, navigate to the control panel and proceed directly to the section labeled Spot or wherever your funds are located. And you'll notice this convert button. So, for instance, let's assume I possess BNB and my actual desire is to obtain dollars. Then I click Convert, and here I would directly convert BNB to the currency I wish to withdraw. I would modify it here, and for example, I would select USD here or USDT, for instance, to withdraw USDT, and I directly convert this BNB to USDT, and that's it. That's how I would have it to be able to withdraw that money directly. Now, also ensure that you have the funds available and that they are not tied up in any staking or Binance program, because otherwise it won't permit you to withdraw the money. Now, let's return here. Once you're here, you're in the sell section and you have the available balance. Suppose I want to withdraw USDT, then I select USDT at the top because perhaps you believe you have USDT and in reality you possess USDC. And at the moment of withdrawal, you won't be able to proceed. Now, once you're going to sell and withdraw, in this case, in the section that displays COP, you input the currency of your country or the currency of the country where the bank account is situated. In my case, my bank account is in Colombia, so I input Colombian pesos, but if you're in another location, for example, you input Argentine pesos. I've read this, well, simply there, and here the banks will appear. If you're in another country, for example, let's modify it here. For instance, let's assume you're situated in Mexico, so you designate that the account is located in Mexico and subsequently proceed to withdraw. However, as I mentioned, in my situation, it's Colombian pesos. Even though I opt for Colombian pesos, if you're in a different nation, it's precisely identical, so it genuinely won't alter. Once you're here and have all these alternatives, what do you observe? The initial and most crucial aspect to consider is the pricing. How much compensation will you receive when you decide to sell? What primarily interests you is, of course, maximizing your returns, meaning they compensate you more for your dollars, in this instance USDT, or for your Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency you're directly selling. However, the individual offering the highest price, meaning the one who will provide you with the most, isn't always the optimal or correct choice for you, because you must take several factors into account. Firstly, on the left, you'll observe the individual's name, the username. Then, in certain instances, you'll notice specific achievements or milestones that accompany these individuals, indicating they have completed a certain number of transfers. Subsequently, you'll encounter another category of individuals, like a professional merchant, as I mentioned, with various badges they might possess. The sole aspect that truly matters to us is that they are verified here, and particularly the number of orders and the completion percentage. What appears below is the rating provided by individuals they have transacted with. For instance, if I sell my USDT to this initial person when I transfer my USDT and they provide me with my money, say in Colombian pesos, I rate them, indicating whether it went well or poorly, and based on that, this rating fluctuates. This can always be at 100%, but you might notice that this individual only has one order, which is something to be cautious of, because having just one order makes it easy to maintain a high rating. Ideally, they should have numerous orders, many transactions to trust them. As we observe here, practically all the initial ones, look, this one has, the least has 273, but that doesn't imply it's bad. It has 571 and so forth. Then you need to verify the money transfer duration, which is how long on average it takes to finalize a transaction with these individuals. In this case, with this person, it takes approximately 15 minutes from when you send the money. Then for this individual, it takes 120 minutes from when the order is initiated and so forth. Each has their respective minutes. So as I mentioned, you have to select which one suits you best, because if you're in a hurry for the money and need it now, you'll realize this person is the fastest, not so much, and the others aren't either. So you choose. Also, it's important to note that it doesn't always take this time. It's an estimate. They might take less time or more, but usually less. Now, once you've chosen and think, well, this person seems good, I'll make the transaction with them, you'll check the price, see how much each one is worth. For example, here the difference is minimal. Look, it's 1. Look, literally not much, while in other cases it is. For example, if we start going down, you'll see it starts to drop significantly. After this, you need to check the available balance or the order limit this person has. For example, suppose I have $1,000 to exchange that I want to reach my bank account. Then with this person, I won't be able to do it because this person has a limit balance of $721, while the one below has a limit of $19,000, another of $10,000, another of $30,000, and so on. Once you have verified this, you then proceed to the payment section, and now we must verify another crucial aspect, which is particularly significant for all countries, confirming where we will receive the funds. It might be that you possess a bank account in a financial institution that is not listed here. As you can observe, the majority are for Colombia, such as Bancolombia, 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 followed by Daviplata, Nequi, and others. If you prefer not to search in this manner, and for instance, you don't have Bancolombia and wish to receive it in a different bank account, this applies to other countries as well. If a bank appears that you genuinely don't desire, you navigate to where it states all payments and search for your specific financial institution, for example BBVA. And here it will modify, and you'll notice that the price they offer changes, the limit that individuals have changes, but they permit you to receive the funds in BBVA. Now let's revert to all payments here and discuss another very significant aspect, which is to continually refresh this page. Because as you can observe, while I was discussing in this video, well, I believe for approximately 8 minutes, 9 minutes or so, the initial person we had vanished. As you can see, they no longer appear here. Why? Because the individual likely either retracted the offer or simply depleted their available funds, meaning others utilized their service and exhausted the amount of currency they had accessible. Therefore, you must act swiftly but not hastily, as you might make an error. Nonetheless, do verify and don't just remain idle, because if not, what occurred to me might happen to you, and you could lose that individual for the transaction. Once you have confirmed this information and you are aware that they possess the funds available, that it is worthwhile for the given price, that they have an adequate quantity of orders, the completion rate, feedback from individuals, the response time, and most importantly, the payment method. So let's move on to the next step, which is selling our balance within Binance. Then we're going to click on Sell USDT, and once you click here, this will appear. The most crucial aspect is that the individuals, specifically the sellers who engage in this P2P activity, have specific conditions, meaning each of them might possess distinct requirements. Let's review this particular one to consider it thoroughly. The first thing is that there is a platform requirement, which is that you must have this KGC or KYC verified. This basically means having sent a selfie with your ID and having your account verified with your personal information. Otherwise, you won't be able to do it. Then the conditions specific to this person state that for your security, some of our services require you to provide basic or additional levels of verification, which is what we saw above. Another only account holders, what does this specifically mean? For instance, if I am going to receive funds in my Bancolombia account, and let's say my Bancolombia account is not mine but belongs to a cousin named Pedro, it turns out that in my Binance account I have a name and I am called Rodrigo in Binance, but then the account to which I am going to send the money is not mine. As I mentioned, it is in Pedro's name. They will not send me the money. This is a condition that the vast majority of individuals who participate in these types of financial transactions possess, which is to transfer funds exclusively to the same account holders within Binance. This is for a particular reason, due to concerns such as money laundering and similar issues, so it's advisable to adhere to this guideline. If you're unable to do so, what you should do is establish an account in the bank where you intend to receive the funds in your own name, or as I mentioned, change the entity to which you will send the funds to receive the money and make that adjustment. Then it specifies they do not remit payments to companies or with a PPT document or passport, meaning they do not pay foreigners who conduct these transactions, this specific individual, and they also do not remit payments to corporate accounts. Then we must have the security verification that we discussed earlier, and if, for instance, we transfer more than 30 million, we must attach bank statements from the last 3 months and a tax ID or the latest tax return. This is more relevant in Colombia, something related to taxes, and this is where you need to consider if it suits you, if you feel comfortable sending these documents, if you trust them, and if not, you move on to another individual. Then all our verification processes are automated with our external provider and take between 5 to 10 minutes. Then, in the foreign ID, include the city of residence, payment from Bancolombia. By opening this advertisement, you accept a mandate contract with our company, valid electronically. So you see, this is basically almost like a company that provides this service and is declaring directly to the entity that in Colombia is DIAN, in Argentina is AFIP, in Mexico is ESAT, and so on. Then, finally, it informs us that after we send the money, we must send them the name, document type, account number, email, and phone number once we have decided if we want to proceed with them, for instance. Then we inform them how much we wish to sell. Here we say, for instance, that we want to sell $2. In my case, at this moment, I don't have available balance to sell, so it won't allow me. But basically, after this, what you will do is send the money in a chat, meaning you authorize the sending of the money within Binance, and then you confirm that you sent the money. The individual then completes the transaction, and when they do, you confirm that you received the money, and that's it. The issue is resolved. And this is how we conclude this tutorial. I hope it was helpful for you. If you need anything else, leave it in the comment section. See you. Bye bye. Out.